Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So since the last few days everybody's been watching the Ride or Die tag, which was started by Jaclyn Hill. It's like you have to pick one product from each category, like one single foundation, one concealer and so on, which would be a Ride or Die. The kind of thing, like, you know, if you were to go to a deserted island, the one product that you would carry from that particular category. So that is basically what the Ride or Die tag is, and I just thought I'd make it a little different. And I decided to do a Ride or Die tag for my makeup tool. You know, since you have a hypothetical situation where you have a restriction on your makeup products, it's safe to assume that, you know, that same kind of thing will apply to our tools as well. And I have linked the original Jaclyn Hill Ride or Die tag video in my description. That is the video that inspired me to do this one. So this is my Ride or Die makeup tools. So I hope you guys like it, and let's get started. My first Ride or Die makeup tool is my beauty blender, and it's the original beauty blender. I picked this up at Macy's, I think. And as you can see, it is very dirty. It is one of my favorite tools to apply my foundation, blend out my concealer, even when I'm doing cream contouring, highlighting, all of that I use this. So this is my number one Ride or Die. I think I can't survive without this. Even if I, you know, instead of this on any particular day, if I pick up a brush to apply my foundation, but my concealer I always blend out with the tapered end of the beauty blender. So this is in true sense a Ride or Die product for me. So that's my first one. Now I'll go on to my eyeshadow, whatever I use to work on my eyes, and then we'll come back to the rest of the face. Now the first brush that I always use is the Sigma 3D HD Precision brush, and this is what I use to apply my MAC paint pot on my eyelids as a base. And I have very dark eyelids, so I used to use my paint pot with my fingers earlier. I used to blend it out with my fingers, but ever since I started using this, the color, I don't know, somehow there was a difference. It actually evenly spreads out the product on your eyelid, creates a nice flawless base for the eyeshadow. Even if I'm not using my paint pot, if I'm using a concealer or anything of that sort, this is what I generally use to apply that all over my eyelids before I start with my rest of the work on my eyes. Coming to transition, my favorite or my Ride or Die brush for my transition color on my eyes is my Morphe E27. And I used to use the Sigma E40 earlier. Ever since I bought this off of beautybay.com, yeah. I bought this off of beautybay.com, and it's from the Elite collection of Morphe. It is discontinued, but they do have Elite 2, and I believe this brush is there in Elite 2 also. I'll check and I'll link it below. This is an amazing brush and I love it. It is perfect for my transition or any kind of blending on my of my eyeshadows. So I really love this. So I think this is really nice, at least for my eye shape it really works. So my second favorite eye brush is the Sigma E25 blending brush, and there are a lot of brushes in the market which are very similar to this one, like the MAC 217, but I don't think the bristles of any of those are as soft as this one. This is my favorite brush for packing colors on my eyelids, as well as it even works in your crease. So, you know, it's good for all over blending. If, you know, I was limited, like there was actually a situation where I had to carry very limited number of makeup tools, this would surely make the cut, because I think this is one heck of a brush. So the Sigma E25 for sure is a Ride or Die. The next brush is this brush from MAC. It's the MAC 219, and I use this to smoke out my lower lash line. See, I think most of the brushes that I'll be talking about today will be dirty because I use them always. So it's the MAC 219, and I use it to smoke out my lower lash line. I tried using a lot of smudger brushes for my lower lash line, and my eyes used to water a lot. But with this, somehow it just works for me. So for my lower lash line, I always use the MAC 219. For my eyeliner, I think there's no need of saying anything else. It's the Sigma E06. is this tiny line, angled brush. Ever since I started using this, I became more confident while applying my eyeliner. I think it's amazing. And if you could get your hands on this, all of you who are scared to do your winged liner, you should try this, because I used to be very scared while doing my eyeliner. But ever since I got this brush, I've been much more confident, and my eyeliner seems to turn out pretty decent. So this is my ride or die brush for my gel eyeliner. Next, for my brows, I don't fill my brows in that often, but whenever I do, I generally use the brow brush that came with my Real Techniques. I think it was the eye brush kit or something. So this one came in that. It's an angled brush. I'm not very sure if this is the best eyebrow brush out there, but I'm pretty happy with this as of now. So yeah, this is my ride or die eyebrow brush. Now coming to blush, I am not somebody who feels incomplete without a blush. If I don't apply blush also, I'm fine with it. I might just manage, get through the day without using a blush. But for the days that I use blush, my favorite blush brush is this one from Real Techniques. It's this nice fluffy brush. Apart from blush application, I have actually used this brush even to take off, because of the slightly tapered shape that it has. I have used this to take off my baking and sometimes blend my contour as well. And I have not heard a lot of people talk about this, but in my case, I just picked it up on a whim when I was browsing through makeup aisles in, I think, at Target or Ulta in Seattle, yeah. And I really liked it, and it was surprisingly, it worked out really well for me. Coming to contouring, for contouring, I have two brushes, and one is for the face, and this one is specifically for the nose. So for my face, I use the Sigma F23. It's this angled contour brush. And why I love this brush, there are a lot of brushes in the market which are very similar, and I think there's one by Real Techniques, and there are some by a couple of Indian brands also. So there are brushes like this, but again, like the E25, I love this because of the bristles. It's very soft, and I just love the way it feels on my face as well. So I really like this brush. And one other reason why I love this brush is because it was a gift from my husband. I think Sigma has just one store, and it is in Minneapolis. And when he was traveling at the beginning of the year, he was like, "What do you want me to get you?" And I told him I want a couple of brushes from Sigma. I gave him a list, and this and one or two brushes which were not on the list, he picked up on his own, and it was very sweet. He has zero knowledge of makeup, so it was very sweet that he got this for me. So that is one of the reasons why I love this brush, and I use this all the time. It's the Morphe M164. It's a very small angled brush, and I use this for contouring my nose. Ever since I've used this brush, my nose really looks chiseled. I mean, I can see a difference. Before I bought this brush, I never really used to get my nose contouring right, and I think this is one thing that after I started contouring my nose with this particular brush, I really noticed a difference. So that's why I like this. I think I'm done. No. One last thing for highlighting, my current ride or die. I wouldn't say this is my all-time favorite. This is my ride or die right now because I just have two fan brushes. One was from a Real Techniques, I think the collector's edition or something, and the second one was this. This is a PSC 045, and for sheer lack of fan brushes, this is my ride or die, and I really want to try the Morphe 310 and I think 301 or 310. Yeah, I think there is one Morphe fan brush which is raved about, so I am looking forward to try that. So right now this is my ride or die brush for highlighter. And yeah, there is one thing that I like about this. It is dense in the center and kind of like a duo fiber brush. The ends are sparse. Generally what I do with this is I spritz it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus and then go on, and it really gives a very good application. It looks really nice when I use this brush. So this is my favorite brush for highlighting. So there are two things that I did not mention in this video. One is my eyelash curler and second is a lip brush. So if you guys have a favorite eyelash curler or a lip brush, do mention that, because I don't use lip brushes that often. Plus eyelash curler also is something that I don't use that often, and I just have one and I don't like it that much, so that's why I didn't mention those two. So these are my ride or die makeup tools, and I would really want to know what your ride or die tools are. So do leave me a comment if you like, if you use any of the products that I mentioned, and you know whether they worked out for you or not. So do leave me a comment. And if you are a YouTuber out there, and if you like this video, make sure you share your ride or die products as well with all of us, so that you know even I can know if there are some good products out there that I'm missing out on. So that's it for today, guys. Make sure to follow me on all my social media. It's Pammyscorner on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat. Thank you for watching.